Did you guys saw the a picture of that TikTok video that I shot, right? Which I took a very long time to edit, but shot it. It's got bugs in the start, gigantic like beehive on the thing, right? I really do like bugs. I enjoy bugs a lot. We used to do bug war videos back in the day. They were like bugs fighting each other as humanely as they can get. I don't really know how I feel about that part, but I did it and enjoyed it. Cavs Explained is doing one on bugs. I'm here for it. I am so here for it. Let's get into it. Yeah! That's
you ever know
terrifying.
something but have no idea how or why you know it? Yeah, that was me with this bug. I'm about to do something I've never done before. I'm finna show y'all my search history.
Sure. Done. Let's see it.
For some reason I remembered
Huh.
it as a carotid, but it's actually a catsidid, and it's also known as a bush cricket. Hey, Editor Casual here. It's come to my attention that I completely butchered that word. Turns out it's katydid, as in did Katie do it? Yes, Katie did. I'm gonna mispronounce it a few more times in this video, but just know that I'm aware of it. You don't have to comment on it, you don't have to acknowledge it. We can just continue watching the video and act like it never happened.
Sure.
Alright, back to the video.
You got it.
They're also known as longhorned grasshoppers, but at a family reunion, they'd sit closer to the cricket table. Also, they're perfectly harmless. They can't really hurt you. Not physically, anyway. Also, I'm like 90% sure the sound was edited there. Then again, there's more than 6,000 species of them. So maybe one of them does sound like what the UK thinks recess in America is. That UK trend becomes more of a violation every time I see it. Also, a lot of y'all wanted to know where they're found. Like I said, there's more than 6,000 flavors of this thing. But for the most part, you'll find them in Central, Southeast Asia, Australia, and parts of Europe and Africa. Not to mention the 255 flavors of nonsense found in America. But the giant catsidid, that is a Malaysian issue. Most eat leaves and flowers, the larger ones will eat other insects and snails, but the biggest violations will murk lizards and small snakes. If you're afraid of bugs, I'm legally obligated to tell you this.
That was so short. I wanted to see more videos of the giant Katie. Only big Katie I know is from third period. Hey-oh!
Well, it's the only warning you're gonna get. That is an armored bush cricket. They're omnivores, meaning they'll eat anything with or without a pulse.
That's badass.
They've been known to climb into birds' nests while the parents are away and attempt to delete the chicks while they're too young to even realize what's happening.
That's insane.
And when pressed, the bush cricket will projectile launch its own toxic blood right into the eyes of the enemy.
What
and as a last resort, the
fuck?
satanic cockroach will vomit and evacuate the contents of its. This frog has a name that might just get this video taken down.
Frog.
That, and you can Google this if you don't believe me, is a titicaca frog, found in the South American lake of the same name.
Them.
And yeah, that's its actual skin. It looks like the end game of a back alley BBL, but there's a good reason for that.
It's so old looking.
Because the lake they're found in is a cool skin.
Wait,
looks
look
like
to the next one. And unhappy. He didn't enjoy his old life.
End game of a back alley BBL, but there's a good reason for that. Because the lake they're found in is about 12,500 feet in the mountains, making it the highest lake in the world.
Jesus.
That's about 3,810 meters, or more than 2 miles in the air.
Yeah.
Meaning Travis Scott's the second highest in the room. But it also means there's only a third of the oxygen you'd get at sea level, making it harder to breathe in and out of water. But the Chi-Chi frog can take in oxygen through its skin, and having loose, baggy, botched BBL skin means it maximizes its surface area and the amount of oxygen it can pull.
That makes
but
a
it's
lot of
also
sense.
why if you Google scrotum frog, you get this lipokermits picture. Hear that? That's the sound of guidelines coming for me.
What's this?
Yeah, it's real. It's called a potu bird and they're found in Central and South America.
That's kinda cool.
Now question, which looks more like a rough draft? The potu or its Muppet in the face cousin the frogmouth? Whatever the answer is, it's not by much. The potu's insecticide with wings that mostly eats bugs and beetles. They're nocturnal, meaning this flying acid trip tweet is only active in the dark, like all paralysis demons. During the day, they camouflage by cosplaying as a tree stump.
It does
Both
look
of
like a
these
tree
pictures
stump.
has a bird in it. Now here's the real with these birds.
Fuck.
Potus have giant eyes that can capture even the faintest light as they go grocery shopping in the dark. But their eyelids also have tiny slits that help them sense movement, which is why this perked out pigeon can actually see you with its eyes closed. And even though I said they eat mostly bugs, some have been found with small birds caged in their stomach.
Yeah.
But that's not the weirdest thing about them.
It's got a
'cause
mouth
I didn't
big
show
enough.
you what they sound like. On a wholesome note, the
so
potu's
cool.
monogamous and often mate for life. And if this crack canary can find love, there's hope for the rest of us. The more you know.
Oh, Jesus.
Don't worry, you're not on the wrong side of TikTok. Welcome to Animal Logic and I can explain. That terrifying pit of nightmare material is actually a camel's mouth. Those little bumps are called papules.
Oh, that's
They're the
right.
same ones you have
Oh, man, that is disgusting. I do not feel good.
on your
I
tongue,
feel
except these are
poorly,
big
actually.
therapists on Forbes. Those flesh teeth help the camel snack on cacti, thorns and all, without even flinching.
man.
Camels might be tough enough to get in the salty spittoon, but they're not the only ones you should avoid
I
looking in the
can't
mouth.
stand
This
looking at it
horrific
anymore.
image is actually the mouth of a leatherback sea turtle. Those papillae are basically a child lock for jellyfish,
Oh, God.
which helps keep it in place as the turtle filters out seawater. Same idea, different nightmare.
Bro,
Penguins-
this is a segment that I was handling well at the start, and I was very confident in my ability to do it, but I was wrong. Woo! These are not bugs. Oh,
Don't
it's
chew
on
their
the
food.
screen.
Instead, they swallow the entire thing whole. And like with
I'm
turtles,
alone. I can't ask anyone to help me.
Penguin
Tell me
makes
when
sure
it's
the only
over.
direction the fish go in is down the throat. It's like an escalator of death for fish. Papillae is why you wouldn't want this cat to lick you. Lion tongues are spiny and as rough as sandpaper, helping them literally lick the meat off bones and brush their fur without actually owning a brush. But taking a lick from a lion might leave you with less skin than you started with. How many to get to the center? You better hope you never find out.
Where's that young black man with all the animal facts?
Right here. I can actually explain that. So a lot of birds can do this
amazing.
thing where they can stabilize their heads, basically lock it in
Like a
place without
gyroscope.
moving, which means birds can focus on a target without losing sight of whatever they're looking at. Yeah, it's aimbot. The best way I can explain is like this. Take your phone and do the selfie pose, and while looking at the screen, turn your head from side to side. You're able to focus on your phone even with your head moving. That's called gaze stabilization. Difference is birds are able to do the same exact thing, but by holding their head still thanks to muscles and neck vertebrae. Also, this bird is an American kestrel, and it's the smallest type of falcon. And kestrels catch bodies by flying overhead and then swooping down like a fighter jet to murk their prey. Being able to stabilize their head means even though they can snatch souls fast enough to get a ticket for it, they never lose vision of their prey.
That's
Also,
pretty
kestrels are
badass.
able to use wind to kind of hover in place like hummingbirds, which is what you're seeing in this video. Also, some falcons can hit speeds of 240 miles per hour, and since their
That's
brains are designed to
insanity.
process information that fast, when they're not moving, they basically see the world in slow motion. The more you know.
Get this ugly old man out of your fucking cabinet.
Here's a little mind blower for you. Did you know possums and opossums are two very different animals? That is a possum, specifically a brush-tail possum. They're famous for breaking into places they honestly have no business in the first place.
It's in the
This
wall.
possum broke into a bakery and nearly OD'd on pastries. That's what you
Sick.
call defiant regret. He'll 100% do it again. That is an opossum. And before y'all get on me, some people say the O is silent, others don't. Animal Planet pronounced the O, so I do too. And the difference is opossums are
Easy.
the only marsupials found in America. While plain possums are seasoned throughout Australia, New Guinea, and New Zealand.
That's
And while they're
kinda
both marsupials,
cute.
the no opossums are more related
Like
to the
a
marsupials
demon
of
kinda
down
way?
under, like kangaroos. Also, the American opossum is much more introverted than the Aussie edition, since the American edition will go into an anxiety coma when stressed, while the Australian flavor is much more likely to throw hands and or bite. Possums eat thousands of ticks a year, making America a much less diseased place. While plain possums do things like
care.
break into offices, trash the place, and give us memes like this. I'd say it's about equal. I dare you to talk about the most wholesome animal you know. Hold on, let me see if I can find something real quick.
Yeah, it's so cute.
That is the most wholesome animal on the planet. Manatees are plus-sized vegans that can pack thousands of pounds. But because their teeth are way in the back of their mouth, manatees are physically incapable of any form of violence. There's never been a recorded case of manatees attacking other animals or people. In fact, alligators, a literal prehistoric snare trap, will give manatees the right of way if they swim near each other. This
That's
one took it a step
hilarious.
further by using one as a pool tube. But since manatees are allergic to any kind of conflict, he let it slide. The manatee's closest relative is the elephant, and also aardvarks and the hyrax. And since manatees used to live on land, they still have fingernails. In fact, they have full-on hands. And now you see how the mermaid thing started.
Yeah.
Manatees are so chill that the only reason it's illegal to touch one isn't to protect people from it, but to protect it from people. Since they're naturally curious and friendly towards people, they're literally too unproblematic for their own good. God bless this water blimp. This might be
love
the
it.
greatest thing I've ever seen. So I learned something last week, and I desperately need y'all to see this because I promise you're not ready for what's behind me right now. That is a dwarf adult elephant.
It's literally fucking Dumbo.
Which
Fuck out here shooting cute ass elephants. Who is shooting adorable elephants, dog? That's fucked up.
I didn't know what I wanted out of life before, but now all I want is to see my man's win. It's April's Down Syndrome
Facts.
Awareness Month. I want y'all to meet Kanako. Editor Casual here for hopefully the last time.
What's
yeah, that
up,
was a
man?
mistake. April's actually Autism Awareness Month. Down Syndrome Awareness Month is in October. So,
Cool.
yeah, back to the video. Now, she might look like just another chimp, but she was actually born with the chimpanzee version of Down syndrome. The difference is chimpanzees have 48 chromosomes while we have 46, so instead of having an extra 21st chromosome, Kanako had an extra 22nd. And it's the second recorded case of a chimp having this condition. The first one became a was before it turned 2. Kanako didn't have it
Damn.
much easier. She suffered from colds, fevers, and diarrhea early on. Her growth was stunted and she had underdeveloped teeth. Kanako even developed cataracts in her eyes and was completely blind by the age of 7. And on top of that, during a physical, doctors discovered she had a congenital heart disease that meant she had a hole in her heart. Kanako's own mother abandoned her, and because she was blind, it would never be safe to have her around other chimps because she could get targeted out of aggression. Basically, she had every reason to die. But She was hand-raised by human caretakers in a sanctuary in Japan where she was pretty much adopted as everyone's baby. They kept her as healthy and as happy as possible despite her condition. She even made a friend. They recruited Roman, an older female. Now, Roman was seen as the mom of the group, and whenever the other chimps would fight, she would usually be the one to intervene and break it up. So once a month, Roman and Kanako would go on supervised play dates. And even though Roman could clearly tell Kanako wasn't like the other chimps, they seemed to enjoy being around each other. Now sadly, this story does end with Kanako passing in her sleep in February of 2020. But she lived to 27, where the only other chimp with her condition tapped out before 2. But thanks to
Why you put these over your face like you didn't have a choice to put them somewhere else? Why did you do that to me?
Researchers and Roman, she got to have a life worth living.
Add outros if you're gonna put the little clicky things. Give me like a couple seconds of silence or something, like a little picture of your face, and put them on the sides so I can see the last couple seconds of your vid. Hey, ChavezzSlovakia, thanks for joining me. We did finish this one. I know we didn't finish the one with DJ in it. I'll finish it at another time, okay? No need to disparage him from shooting vids. He did a great job. And I was excited about the insect part. Not enough insects. Too much gross stuff in the middle. I give this one an 8 out of 10. That's all. That's how I feel about it. Also, Animal Logic, great name for another channel. Fantastic. I'm in it. Thank you guys for joining me. I'll see you guys in the next one. Let me know any other suggestions you have in the comments below. That is it. Oh yeah, don't forget to check out the other Animal Facts video. I'll put the Terror Birds video as a suggestion to this one, and then the other Casual Explainer did with DJ as the other suggested video. I hope, if I remember. Okay, see you guys in the next one, man.